Hi, I'm Sophie, and welcome to my world. Today, I'm going to finish my series on teddy bear camp gear, and I'm going to focus on the teddy bear chair. Because you can't sit around and tell ghost stories unless you got yourself a comfy chair. So for this project, you're going to need a wire hanger. You're going to need some wire cutters. You're going to need one piece of duct tape fabric that is 8 inches by 3.5 inches. Basically, that's 2 pieces of tape that are 8 inches long. So a little piece of fabric that is 8 inches by 3.5 inches, and then another piece that is 9 inches by 3.5 inches. So this is your 8 by 3.5. This is your 9 by 3.5, as you can see. You're going to need your duct tape. You're going to need some scissors. And it's always good to have a dry erase marker. You may not need it. You might. It's up to you. Okay, now this is one of those projects where you are going to want to have a strong pair of hands. Depending on how strong you are, you might need an adult to help you with this. First thing first, we're going to take this hanger and we're going to kind of stretch it out. So you kind of push it in on this side, push it in on this side. And what I like to do is actually use my duct tape roll and put that up here to kind of get the shape of this. So I put that duct tape roll in there and I just kind of pull it around it like that. And then what I'm going to do is I put my hand about here. So here's my duct tape roll. And this is a few, like about 2 inches, 2 fingers, so about 1 inch in front. And I'm just going to pull this up. This is where you need that strength. Pull this up. Okay, so that you now are bending your hanger back on itself. This is making the chair part right here. Okay. And we're going to make this about a thumb length up. So we're bending this and bending this to make, there we go, the chair body. Now this part needs to be sticking out a little bit behind the chair body because that's what keeps it from tipping over. Okay, then we're just going to measure about a finger length and kind of fold it up like that. This is the tricky part. Once you get the shape, and you can play with this shape as much as you want, but once you get the shape, it's not too bad. Okay, so there you go. You can kind of see it's sort of like the letter C here. See the letter C with a big nose connecting it. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just snip as close up here as I can with my wire cutters. I don't need this part anymore. And just pull this off to the side. Be careful because the end of a wire hanger can be a little sharp, so just be very careful there. Now, for safety's sake, what I want to do is cover this entire structure with tape. And now I've found the easiest way to do this is to take your tape, take about 4 inches, and take your time with this because people try to rush here and it always ends up getting like kind of gunky and messed up. So what I like to do is take about 4 inches at a time, and I'm going to split this into 3 strips. 1, 2, 3. I like to start at the top. What I'm going to do is lay this on an angle. And see this part? I'm going to put that edge right over top. It's going to overlap a little bit, about 1/4 of an inch there, 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch, just over top so that it is sealed off. And then I'm just going to wrap that bit down onto itself. And now what's going to happen naturally, because I'm on an angle here, is it is naturally going to go at an angle as I wrap. And the big thing here, what you want to really do is keep the pressure on this so that this stays nice and tight. And see how I'm wrapping at an angle? That's kind of important because I want to make sure that I'm covering the whole thing. And duct tape is very forgiving here. So if you start to go straight, you can just kind of angle it down and it will fix itself. Okay, and the reason that I do these in 4-inch strips is because it makes it a little bit more manageable. So again, I'm coming back here, got the angle. See the angle there? I've got that at an angle. I fold this triangle over. Can you see that? The triangle has secured itself. Okay, now I'm going to go up and over, and I'm going at an angle. Up and over, going at an angle. And I'm just going to keep wrapping. And I just want to keep wrapping this entire chair wire. I'm just going to keep going and going and going. Now, when you get to these bends, this is where it's so nice to have the duct tape because it's so malleable. Again, remember, just always keep that pressure on here. If you keep pulling and stretching, you'll get it nice and tight like that. See that? Now, I've already done one ahead of time just so that I could move on pretty quickly here because this can take some time. So now we're going to take our fabric. Now, you've got 2 pieces of fabric, and then remember I said that one piece was 8 inches long and the other one was 9 inches long. You're going to want the bigger piece, and that's because this is going to be the chair bottom, and we want this to pooch because that's where the bottom goes, you know, where the person's bottom goes. So we're going to want that to pooch. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the fabric and fold it over one of these edges here, like that. And I'm just going to take a little bit of tape. Actually, I'm going to use this tape so I get a little bit of variation. So I'm just going to fold this over, and I'm folding it over, that's about 1 inch. And I'm just laying my tape on here to seal it, and I'm bringing it up and over. Like I said, I just wanted to get a little bit of variance here. Okay, and now this is where you get to make it poochy. So, you know, you can pooch it down for your doll's bottom. Okay, and fold it over. Take another piece of tape. Make sure you got that pooch where you want it. The great thing about this is because this is wire, it's very flexible. So I'm going to lay that there. So I've got a nice good seal there. Up and over. Got a little extra tape here that I can just rip off here. There we go. A little bit of extra tape here that can get cut off. There we go. Okay, so I've got my pooch where he can sit. And again, because of the wire, I can just bring these edges in to wherever I need it to be. And this looks like it's drooped a little bit, so I'm going to pick it up a little bit. There we go. And now we're just going to do the same thing for the top part of the chair. And you know what I'm going to do ahead of time? I'm going to measure my pieces ahead of time because I made a little bit of a sloppy mess on the other one. It's always good to have your pieces measured ahead of time. Okay, so take this and measure it. Now this one I can pull off because the thing about this one, which is kind of nice, is that this is going to be the top piece, and it slides on like it slides on. So I'm just going to do that. It slides on like a beach chair. So that goes on top there. And then this one, measure there. Come off. Okay. Tape that. And now I'm going to tape the end here. I'm going to use a little bit of this blue tape so that it matches much there. Okay, I'm going to trim this bottom just a tiny bit because I missed on there. It can be a little shorter, that's fine. There we go. Okay, now I got the top. And now I just slide this piece over here and this piece over here. And what's great about this is I can have two looks here because I can have it this way, or if I want, I can have it this way. But I think I'm going to put it the other way. There we go. And again, just stretch it out so it's all ready to go. And there's Teddy's chair, all ready for him to sit back and relax. Or maybe tell a ghost story or two. What do you think, Teddy? Oh, no, too scary. For more fun ideas to make for your bear, come and check us out at Sophie-World.com. So once there was this monster